Hi, welcome to Quantitative Literacy, Ms. Benzi's class, National Park College. We are completing our Module 1 portfolios, and I'm going to be presenting to you my Excel report. My name is Casey Walters. Right here, you will see a table that I've created, and if you press on each of the corresponding cells, you will see the formula that I put in to get all of my data. And basically what we're trying to find out is the initial investment of a sneaker company was $204. The worst the company could do is sell only 4 pairs. We had a loss of $304. The company broke even by the time he sold 13 pairs of shoes. And by the time the store sold 19 pairs of shoes, the company had surpassed the $500 profit mark. So you see the company was able to invest only $240 and to get to their company to started. And by the time they hit 13 pairs of shoes being sold, the sales had taken off and they started making a profit. And this scatter chart right here that I got in the Excel sheet by highlighting all of this data and then inserting, and I put in that I wanted to do a scatter chart with smooth lines. You'll see the color that all of my data is color coordinated, and it all corresponds. So moving right along, I've created and formatted 2 tables to assist me in finding the answers for 4 probability questions. We were asked to examine 2 6-sided dice and the possible outcomes if they were rolled at the same time, then determine the probability of 4 different potential rolls and their outcomes. And I've labeled each table 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I have the questions and answers out beside them with individual tables, and I have highlighted each one. And this one right here represents the possibility of rolling the 2 dice and getting the sum of 5, and I have those highlighted, each potential roll, and the outcome or the sum being 5, and that is 36 to 4 out of 36. And right here in table 2, this was what is the probability of rolling a 4 or 9, and this also has out of the 36 potential outcomes. If you add these up, that's 7, so it's 7 out of 36, or 36, 7. This one is the probability of rolling doubles. That would be double, both being a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 or 6. And if you add those up, that's 6, so it'd be 6 to 1. And then the probability of rolling the sum of both dice being greater than or equal to 12 is 36 to 1. I have that represented right there. And here's a statistics review, and we were to generate 3 sets of random numbers in Excel. I have those demonstrated right here, and then calculate the mean, median, and standard deviation. That is right here. And with the data, we were then expected to create a histogram for each one. That is this right here. And finally, we were asked to describe a relationship between the mean, median, and standard deviation with the knowledge we have gained by the exercises. And I have that right here. The standard deviation is a number used to tell how measurements for a group are spread out from the average mean, and that's represented right here. And the low standard deviation means the most of the numbers are very close to our average. A high standard deviation means that the numbers are spread out further. And I've went a step further and gone ahead and given y'all the actual step-by-step directions on how to get these tables set up, as well as to get the histogram in Excel. So if you want to, you can pause the video and get that. And then we go on to another statistics review, and this was, we were just given an example of a college board reported the SAT scores in the early 2000s were normally distributed with a mean of 1,026 and a standard deviation between them of 210. And what percentage of students scored over a 606? And then out of every 500 students, how many students scored between an 816 and 1236? So I have a table right here that I made in Excel. And here is the formula to get the Z-score. And that is what you need in order to get this exact answer for the standard deviation. I have that represented right here. Then I inserted the data and got a bell chart, and that is right here. And then here are the directions to get that right here if you want to make your own. And then we've got 5 and 6, and this is the finance review. And we were asked to create a chart for Edwin's fixed finances, which are shown over here to the left, and how much money will he have left over every month after paying his fixed expenses. And given that his monthly take-home pay is $3,008.97. So what I've done is I have made a table right here, and I did that, and I put the formulas in right here, and for each one, and you will see that they correspond with the cell and everything else. And I put in a formula to actually get the total. And then his remaining balance is $1,329.14. And then what I did was I highlighted all of these cells, and then I went into insert and I made a 360-degree pie chart, and each of these sections represent this data right here, and then the percentage of the monthly income. And then over here, I have how did I do that? And it gives you the step-by-step instructions on how to make that budget yourself, and you can put in your personal information. And so the income and expense spreadsheets are useful tools to help you see where your personal finances stand. After I assembled all Edwin's financial data in a worksheet where I have made a table, as I showed you, and his income and expenses in another, I used a formula to calculate the totals. I used tools, functions, and formulas in Excel to solve all the modules in this assignment, as I've shown you, and it has helped me to figure out the budget and then see it charted out for a great visual aid. Isn't that pretty great right there? To see all the percentages clearly. I put some helpful tips down here, and I put another path to one of my other videos. I hope that you have enjoyed this as much as I have learning all this. Have a great night.